I'd like to welcome you back, and I'm getting over the shell shock of going to Walmart and seeing what some of their produce prices were, and I've got to give a huge shout out to my wife. I really appreciate her. She knows how to procure food. She shops around. She goes to stores like Aldi's, and also we get certain things at Walmart, and also we shop locally here at Ingles, but she's the master shopper. She knows how to make the dollar stretch when it comes to going to the store. Sometimes that entails buying things through Walmart online or through Amazon, getting certain things in bulk, but being able to make that stretch. A food budget is something that we all deal with one way or the other. Even if you are on SNAP benefits, you try to make that stretch, and it's tough. It's tough today. They just came out with the new CPI index, inflation index, and for June we learned that it was 9.1%. And I think most of us know that food prices over the year have gone up more than that. It seems like every time you go to the store, it's another 2 or 3% on this or that, and it's gotten crazy. The same way with gas, and it's a challenge. It's a challenge especially for those who have a median income and below. In North Carolina, the median income per household is around $60,000. $60,000. Those who make $60,000 and below and try to raise a family, maybe have a mortgage payment, also have to get to work somehow by paying gas. It's tough. It's not easy. It's not easy to procure that food. 5.8% of households in the United States make more than $200,000 a year. Now, inflation is not as big it doesn't have as big an impact on you if you make over 200 grand, or if you make $250,000 or $500,000 a year, or some make much more than that. It's no big deal. You don't probably think about how much your food prices have gone up at Aldi's from one week to the other. In fact, you probably never shopped at Aldi's in your life. But for those of us who struggle with a lower income, it's a great impact. It has a great impact on us. And so what's the solution to it? Is it more SNAP benefits per household? Is it more government control? Is it more food pantries? Is it more free and reduced lunches? What's going to alleviate some of the food stress that we're experiencing in our families? I don't believe that it's more government programs. In fact, the more the government spends money that they don't have, the more that they print it, the more they create inflation. And inflation is really a tax on us people who have a median income and below. It's a tax on us. It hurts us more than anyone. The more the government spends, the more they do, the more they spend money they don't have, the more it hurts us. Keep that in mind. That's not the solution. I had another video. It was entitled Shanghai or Your Own Vine and Fig Tree. And really what that is two different visions. One is a vision that China had for Shanghai. All these people living in the high-rises, and they were in lockdown. And during that time, the government was supplying them with food. It's utopia. The World Economic Forum would love to have that for everyone, for all your needs to be provided by Big Brother. Well, but what happened? There were people who couldn't get food during that time. There were people screaming, going out of their minds because they couldn't get what they needed. And I believe we're going to have more and more disruptions in our food supply. There's going to be, at times, more empty shelves, and prices are going to continue to go up. The solution is not more stores, not DoorDash, or not Uber Eats. It is producing on our own, being able to produce our own food. And that's the next P we're going to. You can procure food, but you're getting squeezed. Many people are. And what happens if there's food disruptions? What happens if we go to war with China, or that Russia, the war there continues to get out of hand, and there's more and more disruptions in our food supply? What are you going to do? It's time we learn to produce again for ourselves. And that's the next P, produce, being able to do it with our own two hands. They had to do that during the Depression. There weren't nearly as many government programs during that time, but people survived. And what was the reason they survived? It's because they knew how to do things. See, that's the problem. We're going to go into some detail of that the next time. Producing, being able to produce some things with your own hands. I believe it's going to be essential as we move into some uncertain times. But thank you for being with me today, and we'll see you the next time. Be sure to subscribe to this station as we look at some of the areas where we can become more productive on our own and provide our own food security. It's not going to be at Walmart. It's not going to be with the government programs. It's going to be in us, in individuals and families. We need to produce for ourselves again. Thank you for being here today.